kids shows. Colorful, vibrant, and chock full of excitement. But what exactly makes a kids show good? Is it the weirdness and out-of-the-norm plots, the silly characters, the color palette? Perhaps all of the above, and more. But sometimes kids shows can be bad, awful, scary, and in very rare unfortunate cases, these TV shows can be ominous products of Great Britain. Sorry to all of my viewers from across the pond, please don't kill me. But what exactly is a prime example of an ominous children's show from the United Kingdom? That would be Boohbah. Yeah, you better sit down and crack open a beer for this video because Daddy Omens is gonna learn you kids a thing or two about Boohbah and its history. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're brand new, and without further ado, let's talk about Boohbah. So Boohbah is a preschool series created by Ann Wood and Ragdoll Productions, the same talented bastards who are responsible for creating a similar property known as the Teletubbies. Boohbah first aired on April 14th, 2003 and wrapped up on January 6th, 2006. In total, the series released 104 episodes over the course of 2 series. In every single episode of Boohbah, these magical, unholy creations of the universe are awoken by a bunch of screaming children, which is everyone's worst nightmare, being woken up by the sounds of screams. Each character is introduced one by one, they stand up from their beds, fart or pass gas, at least that's what it sounds like. And then, Christ, I don't really know what's happening here. Some kind of satanic ritual, perhaps? Then these little guys spend the next 20 minutes of runtime dancing and jumping, and it's supposed to encourage children between the ages of fetus and 6 to jump around, move, dance, and apparently create stories while exploring science, technology, and fantasy. Okay, yeah, science. I could totally see how science is intertwined with Boohbah. Now, in regards to the characters of the show, these 5 colorful creatures are described as magical atoms of energy. You could have just called them the physical embodiments of psychedelic drugs and I would have believed that as well, but I digress. There's Humba, the yellow Boohbah, Zumba, the purple one, Joomba, the blue one, Jingba, the pink one, and Zing Zing Zingba, the orange Boohbah. Okay, wait a minute, why do 4 of these creatures have names that are similar in structure like Humba, Zumba, Joomba, and this one over here is f***ing named Zing Zing Zingba. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's also a group of kids who basically hold everyone on the show hostage, and they yell a lot. Besides the colorful, obese balls of lard and children, there are human characters in the show known as story people. Their names are Grandmama, Grandpapa, Mrs. Lady, Mr. Man, Brother, Sister, Auntie, Little Dog Fido, and me. Okay, I'm just kidding about the last character. Why couldn't these people have real names, like Doug, or Demetrius, or Dandelion, or Metallica? Now, after the opening intro and the first dancing aerobic segment of the episode, the Boohbahs take a break, and the kids come into frame. The children in each episode receive a gift box that they must deliver to the story people. But how do they gift the story people the present? Yep, that's right everyone. The kids have to blow air onto the box. Yeah, you literally cannot make this up. The kids take the present, proceed to blow on it, polluting it with many diseases which pisses off the box to the point that it rejects its original body and turns into a random object, like a teeter-totter, or a comb, or a jump rope. I don't really understand why the kids couldn't have just unwrapped the box or perhaps just given the box to the story people for them to open, but again, I digress. Those objects are given to the story people to use in their own dedicated segment of the show that really has nothing to do with the Boohbahs. It's just 5 minutes of adults dressed in colorful outfits acting like complete tools. You know, they're all happy and smiley like a bunch of raccoons who just finished eating a pack of expired Go-Gurts laced with Delta 9. After a few minutes, the story people segment ends and the series brings the Boohbahs back on screen. The show wraps up with more weird neon satanic rituals and dances before the uncomfortable feeling of drowsiness sets upon the Boohbahs, which sends them off into a deep sleep while their little portal flies off in the distance, probably to some other random town like, I don't know, Frog Balls, Arkansas. And that's pretty much the synopsis of each episode of the series. Some of you around my age might remember this show show, and some of you might be way too young to have ever experienced this psychedelic trip. And of course, some of you might be on your deathbed, but I mean, I don't know. And to be honest, if you have never watched this series as a kid, then you have truly missed out. Now, my personal experience with Boohbah is pretty limited. I do vaguely remember watching a few episodes of this series when I was a child, and from what I remember, I liked it. It definitely fell in the same ballpark as Teletubbies, which was one of the many shows I remember enjoying as a kid. I've seen a lot of people online around my age talk about this series in a very negative way, calling it creepy, horrifying, and in some cases, eerie. But honestly, I gotta say, I really don't find this series creepy. If anything, it's just weird, unexplainable. Also, looking at these guys for a long period of time was a bit too much for my sensitive eyes. Other than those minor complaints and my constant bitching in the first half of the video, I never hated this series, and I still don't. Again, it's weird, but not scary. But with all that said, the internet turned this innocent kids series into a horrific piece of garbage. I mean, there are creepypastas out the wazoo, dark theories, and I just want to spend some time discussing the wacky crap I found online from the Boohbah community. So for starters, I accidentally stumbled across these Boohbah stories on Wattpad while searching for some creepypastas and theories regarding the show, and I just really want to briefly mention these to you guys because judging by some of these titles, these stories might be diamonds in the rough. I mean, look, the Boohbahs go to Portugal, the Boohbahs obey God, Boohbah, a love story, okay, that one's kind of weird. What else we got? The Boohbahs and you, smuts, okay, no, I changed my mind, no, these stories are completely No. Okay, moving on from that cesspool. Have you ever noticed how there is a lack of a Green Boohbah in the series? I mean, how come there's a pink one, a yellow one, a blue, orange, and purple one, but not a Green Boohbah? Well, what gives? Well, people online have created some very wacky ideas behind the green mystery, like how the creator of Boohbahs allegedly doesn't enjoy Christmas colors because there isn't a green or even a true red character on the show. Others have stated that the green color is just not as creative as the already existing 5 colors, which just doesn't make any sense to me, but thankfully, there is an explanation as to why a Green Boohbah is never present on the show. It's due to the usage of green screens. I don't know if you guys know this, but the background that the I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but the entire landscape of Boohbah is a green screen. It's not real. None of this is real, unless you're taking LSD. A Green Boohbah would interfere with the color of the screen. It's easier to chroma key colors that are not green, which makes a lot of sense. In layman's terms, a Green Boohbah would just blend into the background, and you wouldn't see the character on the show. So this next segment of the video is a bit, you might want to go grab another beer. So earlier in this video, I made some jokes about the Boohbahs doing satanic dances and stuff. Why I bring that up is because as I was researching Boohbah related content online, I accidentally discovered a website called theofficialboobahtheory.com. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this site was created by a person as a complete joke, or if there's like a 40-year-old conservative Christian Jeep driving suburban mom named Karen or Kathy or Betty or Curb, the debut studio album by Canadian rock band Nickelback. Jesus, I just lost track of my crappy joke. I don't know if the site was a joke or if someone's mom saw the Boohbahs and just had a panic attack over them. If I were to guess, I'd say that this site is a joke. So starting off on the home screen of the website, we can see a pentagram and a photo of the Boohbahs allegedly replicating a pentagram. And underneath that, we have an introduction called What Do We Stand For?, which reads, "We have recently discovered satanic subliminal messages in the infamous PBS Sprout television show, The Boohbahs. We have made it our goal, priority, and purpose to expose these unholy markings of Satan. Only we can spread the liturgies to you in hope that you inform your friends and loved ones of the upcoming undoing. Only a strong knowledge and fear of the upcoming can protect us from the wrath of the almighty and omnipotent Boohbahs. We must embrace this cataclysmic finding. We must let there will be our will if Okay. We can ever wish to survive the upcoming apocalyptic events. The Boohbahs are on our side and they shall help us when the rapture comes." Alright, I don't know if I just had a stroke or if the person who typed this paragraph up smashed their face into the keyboard a couple times. Now if we switch over to the comments tab, there is just a whole slew of random messages from people playing into the whole conspiracy. And if we click onto the evidence tab, oh sweet Jesus, I I did not think this video was going to turn into a giant deep dive into the lore of boobas and the pentagram phenomenon, but hey, here we are. You might want to crack open another beer, Brian. Hope you bought yourself a couple cases. We're going balls deep. So this page begins with a quote from an American philosopher named William James, and it says, "It is wrong always, everywhere, and for everyone to believe anything upon insufficient evidence." And underneath that quote but we do have proof. We do have evidence. We have facts from the scriptures themselves that will prove the way of the Boohbah, the only way. We are weak compared to the power of the Boohbah. These sightings will prove them to be true, and only a fool will abstain from the facts given to them. If you happen to stumble upon evidence of the Boohbah, or simply would like a Boohbah-related post featured on this page, please email us at boobahconspiracy@gmail.com. Oh my god. Let me know in the comments below if I should message this email. Now when we scroll down past that intro paragraph, we begin with the pentagram phenomenon, which displays two pictures, one of a pentagram and one of the 5 Boohbahs in a circle with a pentagram in the center, with each of the characters representing a point on the star. The paragraph reads, "The images to the left may seem familiar to you, for they are on the home tab." What is the star though? The star you see is the satanic symbol called the pentagram. The pentagram consists of a star within a circle, the star having 5 points. Each one of the points symbolizes one of Jesus' 5 wounds while on the cross. Is it not extremely coincidental that the form of the mighty Boohbahs makes the shape of the same satanic symbol found on the left? You know, this entire website really reminds me of that famous video of the blonde lady detailing how Monster Energy is the drink of the devil, because a lot of what I'm reading is just so outlandish and far-fetched. Then again, I think you and I could agree that this website was definitely created as a joke. Scrolling past the pentagram phenomenon, we are greeted with another section called the equation of Satan, which shows a photo of the pink Boohbah with some mathematical algebra, which I just don't fully understand completely because, you know, even though I was a B+A- student on average, I flunked math harder than that time Travis Scott tried to apologize for the Astroworld disaster. The paragraph for this image reads, "Clearly, this picture of Jingbah is overwhelming evidence that Satan himself communicates to us through his being we call the Boohbahs. Math has helped many civilizations and peoples from the ancient Greeks to Mayans and even to Canadians, so the Boohbah prophets have also decided to take a more mathematical look at the picture on the left. We did not want to admit it, but the truth is bound to be exposed, and so here it is. Jingbah has 3 fingers on the left, 6 eyebrows, and 3 fingers on the right. These 3 numbers can be added up to find the sum of 12. 12 divided by 2, since there were 2 3s, gives you the quotient of 6. Since we used the 2 3s in the original equation to find 6, we will replace the 3s by 6s, giving us the final answer of 666. Yes, it makes sense. Go review your 17th edition calculus. Could Jingbah's favorite number simply be 666? Or could it be that Satan is attempting to communicate with us through these beings? If this is the case, this may be a warning of the end of the world. Again, I flunked math, so this is probably all right. Finally, we have the last section of evidence titled Satanic Ritual, which shows 2 photos of the Boohbahs dancing, one completely normal with 0 edits, and one with inverted colors, and the statement says this: "The photo on the right is actually the same photo as the one on the left. The Boohbahs seem to be bowing down to something. But what's wrong with that? We all bow down to things sometimes, be it an animal, a false god, or your dominant and controlling girlfriend." Wait, did I write this? This picture, however, loses its innocence when the thermal effect is added. One will clearly see the Boohbahs bowing down in the direction of what appears to be the word Satan. After 16 minutes of thought, the Boohbah prophets have determined that the Boohbahs are only pretending to worship the devil to harvest knowledge of the rapture. They will send us more subliminal messages to inform and protect us. So the only other piece of entertainment that I could find on this website was a link to a YouTube channel called Boohbah Theory, and the whole video was just a movie trailer for The Boohbah Theory, which appears to have been edited on iMovie, but who really knows? So, what have we learned today regarding the Boohbahs? Well, you know, me personally, I've learned that I need to be under the influence of something next time I make one of these weird videos. Let me know what you guys have learned in the comments below, but don't click off the video just yet. We're not done. After stumbling across the Boohbah Satanic website, I found not 1, but 2 creepypastas regarding the Boohbahs. One is titled Lost Episode Guns, and the other one is called Episode 105. Now, instead of spending another 30 minutes listening to 2 crazy stories, I'm just going to summarize each creepypasta. The Lost Gun episode is basically about a person who found a Boohbah DVD in their backyard using a metal detector, and the episode shows a blood-red sky, demonic Boohbah voices, a gun was gifted to the story people, and in the words of the great Danny DeVito, they started blasting, bang, bang, and it's just a mess. As for episode 105, a person bought the 105th episode of Boohbah for a low price at a swap meet, and apparently the episode started with the story people inside of an abandoned missile silo. Some random character off screen tells the characters to push a random button, which one of them does, and eventually that fires a missile out of the silo, burning all of the story people alive. Next minute, the Boohbahs appear on screen all tired and angry, and then they start murdering each other. Again, it's just a mess. Except this episode sounds pretty metal, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I think I've had enough Boohbah for one day. Moral of this video is that kids' cartoons can be weird, and don't ever look up fan theories or stories regarding those television shows that you used to watch as a kid, because you'll just end up diving down a rabbit hole full of feces and caca. But if you guys enjoyed this very long video, then do me a favor and leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new around here. Click the bell icon to be notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. Follow me on all of my social links, and join my Zesty Flaming Hot Discord server. Links are in the bio below. Have a great day, everyone, and remember to get a life.